Today, I have 3 One Piece theories to tell you about, none of which I have heard anyone say before. First off is about the character Machvise, who, if you don't remember, was an officer in the Doflamingo Pirates. My theory about him is that he is half dwarf and half giant. Despite the fact that One Piece is known for having characters with odd body types and strange characteristics, no other human character possesses a tail, like Machvise. The cause of said grudge. The only humanoid characters in One Piece that also have tails are the Tontada tribe of Dressrosa, who happen to be dwarves. But Machvise is much bigger than the Tontada tribes, and even average humans. So if one parent is a giant, that could explain his height, and if one parent is a Tontada, that could explain why he also possesses a tail. In many One Piece fights, Oda likes to have opposing characters have some unique connection to each other, such as Luffy being made out of rubber, and rubber being immune to Inaru, who fought using electricity. So there could be a unique connection between the giant Haruden and the potential half-giant Machvise. During the fight, one of the onlookers said that Machvise was showing no mercy to Haruden, which could indicate that Machvise might have a grudge against giants, which, if one of his parents was a giant and left him, that could show the cause of said grudge. Considering the fact that there was already another hybrid in the Doflamingo Pirates and Dellinger, it would not be out of the question to have multiple hybrids in the group. And considering the fact that Senor Pink's backstory was originally cut, it wouldn't be out of the question that Machvise's backstory was cut also. My next theory is why Blackbeard has at least 2 devil fruits. Many people think that he might have eaten the Cerberus fruit, which I think the idea of a devil fruit giving you the ability to have more devil fruits is a bit absurd, and it totally beats the purpose of even having rules for devil fruits. I believe that Blackbeard has 3 or multiple stomachs, which goes along with the idea of Marco saying that Blackbeard had a weird body. What supports my claim is that nearly every time you see Blackbeard, he is always eating. And whenever you watch the show or read the manga, his belly is always emphasized. Blackbeard stands at 11 foot 3, or 344 centimeters. Most tall characters in One Piece are tall because they have long legs, whereas Blackbeard is tall mainly because of the size of his stomach and his chest. One might try to argue that the devil fruit is bound more to the soul rather than the stomach, but I have a few examples of why I think it's bound to the stomach instead. My first case is Big Mom, who, when she ate Mother Caramel, also inherited her devil fruit ability, which, if the devil fruit ability is bound to the soul, it would have had to have gone to another piece of fruit instead of to Big Mom. My next case is when Blackbeard inherited Whitebeard's tremor fruit. Blackbeard shrouded the corpse of Whitebeard behind a white sheet, and he was last seen carrying a knife. So that implied that he probably had to cut something out of Whitebeard, which most likely would have been a stomach, and you can't cut a soul out of a person's body. So this suggests that he had to cut something internal out of Whitebeard to inherit the fruit. Another reason why I think devil fruits are stored in the stomach is that after a character eats one, they are not able to swim anymore, which mimics real life, where if you eat too much and go swimming, you will often cramp up and not be able to swim. So this leads me to think maybe devil fruits remain undigested in the stomach. My final theory, and the one that will definitely be the most controversial, is that the world's most powerful swordsman, Dracula Mihawk, his power might actually be overrated, or he might even be a coward. I have actually heard other One Piece fans say that they think that Mihawk is the second strongest character in the series. I typically respond to a statement like that. Why isn't he a Yonko? They typically respond with that he likes to be alone. Despite that, he is actively seen pursuing the Krieg pirates and is shown to fraternize with the Yonko Shanks. I do think that Mihawk is actually a strong character. I just think that he prefers to avoid tough fights in order to preserve his title as the world's strongest swordsman. During the Marineford arc, Mihawk says he likes to test his opponents before he fights them, and after that he slashes a blast at the Yonko Whitebeard, only to be easily stopped by Jozu, a Whitebeard commander. Afterwards, he is shown to be pursuing Luffy, rather than Whitebeard or even Jozu. Another potential example is that he stopped dueling Shanks. Some try to say that Shanks losing his arm made him weaker, and thus was not a worthy opponent of Mihawk. On the contrary, I think that Shanks losing his arm increased the power of his haki, thus swaying the battle in Shanks' favor, and Mihawk probably wanted to avoid tough fights where he could lose reputation if he lost them. Another reason that makes me believe Mihawk avoids fighting strong adversaries is that he joined the Warlords, meaning that he might not be able to compete with an admiral if they suddenly deemed him a threat to the world government. My final example is that he shows curiosity and feels that Luffy is a threat. Mihawk is always serious, whereas Luffy is always easygoing. Mihawk always analyzes his opponents. Luffy almost automatically rushes headfirst into a stronger opponent. Since Luffy manages to win actually against those opponents, Mihawk sees him as a threat and wants to get rid of him before he is able to become stronger than him. He does become the Pirate King. I've heard several other theories saying that Mihawk might eventually lose to Shalou of the Blackbeard Pirates, which my theory gives credence to this, and it also gives a pass for Zoro to become the greatest swordsman on the planet, achieving his dream. Thank you for watching my video. I'm just getting my channel started, and I plan on making quite a few more One Piece videos, along with several other animes. Thanks for watching again.